Azure Web App is used for hosting your web application. So for creating an Azure web application, click on this create a resource, select this web app, select a resource group, or we can also create a new resource group. So I'm selecting a existing resource group. The resource group is used to logically group the resources. I am giving a unique name because it will be part of a URL, so name should be unique. Either we can host our code in container or in some repository. So I'm selecting this publish mode as code. I'm selecting the runtime stack. So we can select .NET, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python. I'm selecting .NET 9. .NET 9 supports both Linux and Windows. I'm selecting Windows. And now for the region, I'm selecting a region which is near to me. Let me search for India in South India. Now we have a Windows plan. It's creating a default plan. And now we have pricing plan. Pricing plan indicates the underlying infrastructure. So let me explore pricing plans. We have these app service plans. We have free, basic, then we have advanced for dev and test. So we have production and the other isolated, and these are the old plans. We have two views, hardware view and feature view. Hardware view indicates about the hardware resources. In free F1 we will get 60 minutes of compute. In basic we have 100 minutes of compute. In free we don't have any virtual CPU. In basic V1 we have one virtual CPU, and this is representing the RAM. Basic B3. So these plans are cheaper as per other compared to production and isolated. I'm selecting this basic B3. So as per the selection, the underrun infrastructure will be created for us. And go to other tabs. So we are not creating any database. So public access will be enabled. I'm keeping other tabs as default. Click on review plus. Click on create button. Deployment is complete. As we can see here, we have two resources. This one is Azure Web App, and this one is App Service Plan. We have a basic B3 plan, and currently one virtual machine is allocated to us. This is the default page of our web app. So this is the overview of our current plan. So currently we have a pricing plan B3. So when we click on scale up, we can change to another plan. From here we can upgrade. Going to back. Currently we have one virtual machine allocated for our web app. We can increase number of virtual machines. So that operation is called scale out. So we can scale out either manually or automatic. So automatic scale out happens based on some condition or based on some rule. So this is manual scaling. We can increase the instance count. So we have maximum three instances, three virtual machines we have. Currently it is one. We have one virtual machine allocated. Can upgrade it to two. Now it will deploy one more virtual machine for our app service. We can also configure this rule based scaling, but it is not available in our basic plan. For that, we have to change our plan. In B3 we have manual scale, and in premium onwards we have a rule based elastic scale. Selecting this standard S1, we have upgraded the app service plan. Rule based scaling is enabled. Click here, click on configure. Take this custom auto scale. We want to scale, or you can say we want to increase number of virtual machines automatically based on a condition. So click on this scale based on a metric. So minimum one virtual machine is there. Maximum three will be there, and we need to add a rule. Click on this link, add a rule. So there are multiple parameters. Based on those parameters, we can increase virtual machine count. First parameter is CPU percentage. If we have heavy workload and we have a like few number of machines, in that case we can increase based on the workload. So suppose if CPU percentage is 80%, it means machines have more load. In that case, we can create a rule that if CPU percentage is greater than 70, or you can say greater than 80, in that case we can increase one virtual machine. I'm adding a rule based on data in. So if we have multiple requests coming in that case, as you can see, it has 160 bytes received so far. If we receive 70 bytes in last 10 minutes, in that case it should increase the instance count by 1. And we have cooldown 5 minutes. Cooldown means since this rule is triggered and we are adding one more virtual machine, so it will take some time. It will take you can say 1 or 2 minutes for adding one more virtual machine. So cooldown period indicates that this rule will not trigger again within 5 minutes, because within 5 minutes it will add one more instance and it will serve to the incoming request. I have added the rule. Data received is greater than 70 bytes. In that case, increase the virtual machine count by 1. So currently we have one instance count. Let me make some more requests to this web app. We will later see whether it has increased the virtual machine or not. It will be triggered after some time. So let's proceed with developing the code in Visual Studio, and after that we will see how to deploy that code on this web app. I'm creating a new project, creating a web app based on Razor pages. By default, it is selected .NET 9.0. Click on create. We have this demo web application. It has edit pages. The home page of our app. I'm going to deploy this application in our Azure Web App, which we have created. Right click on project, select publish. Now we want to publish this on Azure Web App. So select this first one, Azure App Service. I'm already logged in Visual Studio with my Azure portal account. If it is not logged in, then we have to authenticate first with Azure credentials. It has fetched our web application. So this is the Azure Web App which I have created. Selecting this one. Publish profile is created. Now it is publishing to Azure Web App. Our code is published in Azure Web App. We have developed our application. So there will be modifications. Once it is deployed, we need to test those modifications. Testing team needs to verify if all changes are working as expected. We have to host that testing version in our Azure Web App. So for that, the traditional way, we need to create one more Azure Web App, and we need to deploy this modified version. And once the testing is complete, then we will update our production version. But that path is not required. We have deployment slots for this purpose. So we are creating one more deployment slots, that is staging, and we need to deploy our project which has changes on staging slot. So click on add slot. We are cloning all the settings from the production version. Now we will do changes in our application and deploy the application with changes in staging slot. Modifying this index page. We have updated the content. You can see we have updated the content. I will deploy this on staging. So I'm publishing this new version on staging. Right click on the project again, select publish. Either we can modify this existing published profile, or we can add a new one for the staging deployment. Azure App Service. From here, select the deployment slot staging. So we are creating a profile for staging. Click on publish button. This is the modified version. Also notice the URL. We have staging word in the URL. Check the production version. So it's remained unchanged. So we have two versions at this moment. One is production version, and this one is staging version. Now we can swap staging with production. So whatever we have in staging, that will go to production, and whatever we have in production, that will goes to staging. So we need to do this after testing is done on staging version. Click on swap. Check this production version. You can see updated content. It will have the content which was earlier on production. You can see it has content which was there on production version. So this is the example of deployment slot. We can also see here auto scaling happened. Currently we have 3 virtual machines deployed. We can decrease the number of virtual machines, decreasing it manually. Since we are in a standard pricing plan, so we can have maximum 10 number of virtual machines, but as per the rule we have defined that maximum 3 instances can be there. So it has scaled to 3 instances. I have scaled down to 1 instance. So this is the example of Azure Web App. We have discussed deployment slots, automatic scaling, annual scaling,